It's the return of the rock music vlogs every Sunday on the Canadian Studmuffin channel on YouTube. That's right. Every Sunday I'm going to be doing a rock music vlog, and I've done a few in the past, but not every Sunday. But I'm going to try and post one every Sunday from now on. And you might notice that I post new videos on my channel now every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I'm on a schedule. So please bookmark my channel and check out my site every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday for the rock music vlogs. Okay, today what I would like to talk about is my past. I used to, not that part of my past, that's kind of... I used to disc jockey. I disc jockeyed with 3 friends. And I first started disc jockeying around 1978 to 1982-ish. And then it was just vinyl records, believe it or not. So, you know, you put the needle on the record, and hopefully, like if it was an album and you're trying to get an album cut, you're trying to make sure you got the start of the song and not the end of another song. And so when CDs came into existence, programming the songs for a dance was a little easier. Plus, you know, depending on the floor of the dance hall, sometimes with vinyl records, if people were jumping too much, the record would skip, so that would be a little embarrassing. Not that it wouldn't be our fault necessarily, but I remember when we first got a CD player, when we played our first or second dance with using CDs, and this other friend of mine came by and hit, while the music was playing, people were dancing, he hit the CD machine with his fist. Not too hard, but he banged it, and of course the CD skipped. And I said, "What did you do that for?" And he said, "Well, I didn't think the CD would skip. I didn't think they skipped." So, yeah. Anyway, the name of our first disc jockey service was called Midnight Madness Machine. And what I remember most about that is we went to Toronto, me and my buddy, and we had t-shirts made up for both of us, called, you know, and just, it was plain text on the t-shirt, Midnight Madness Machine. So we paid a good $10 each for them. And on the way home from Toronto, we noticed that there was a slight printing error, and it was Midnight Madness Machine. So, always check and that was our fault, of course, because that's what we put in, and that's what the guy printed up. So always proofread, or always proofread. Another memory I have from early in my career as a disc jockey was we were really, people were really loving the music, and my friend had gone to the washroom or whatever, and so I put on the Cars, just what I needed, and oh, it was like a rock concert. People were loving it. So I'm thinking, okay, what do I play next? What do I play next? You know, I'm getting all nervous and hyped up. And so I decide on this song by Queen, which I loved, called Sheer Heart Attack. And if you are a fan of Queen, you might know the song. But anyway, it's a real heavy, kind of a punk song, and it's just not appropriate to dance to. So let's just say I bombed with my choice for Queen, and I quickly changed that halfway through the song to something more danceable. But overall, in my disc jockey career, we did really well, I think. I'd say 90% of the time people were satisfied with the music we played, maybe 95% of the time. You know, there'd always be the odd complaint, like if you're playing some country music, play some rock music, man, and the other way around, you know, they want to hear country music. But we would mix it up. I would mix it up. I'd be in control of the of what to play most of the time, although Rick might disagree with me. But, you know, you'd play a slow song, then you'd play a couple of fast songs, a couple of rock songs, put in a country song or two, slow it down, just mix it up. Another memory is at one point in the late 70s, early 80s, Stars on 45 was a really popular dance album song, and what that was a medley of the Beatles, and it kind of sounded like the Beatles a bit, but it was a lot of their hits put together into a 16-minute medley. And, you know, people would love it, but I remember at this one dance, this old guy came up halfway through the long 16-minute medley, and he hit the turntable and, you know, said, turn that off or whatever. I got up, and I don't get mad very often, folks. I got up and I told him off. I pointed my finger and everything. Look here, you nasty, nasty man. No, I got mad. I got so mad that I think I scared my business partner. You know, but people were dancing to it. They were enjoying it. Of course, this one drunk older guy. And this was actually at his son's wedding, believe it or not. So that was nice. Yeah. Another one was at this one dance, kind of a mixture of old people and younger people. And, you know, at a dance, you have the music loud, not Motorhead concert loud, but loud. And this one woman came up and she said, would you turn that music down? And then she went to the washroom. She comes out about 5 minutes later. I never turned it down, or I might have turned it down a smidgen, whatever a smidgen is. And she comes out of the washroom about 5 minutes later. And she comes straight up to me and she said, I thought I told you to turn that goddamn music down. Anyway, at the end of the night, she was drunk and she was dancing away, having a great time. One of the negative things about doing these dances was, at the time, you could smoke, of course, in these halls. So, you know, at least half or more of the people were smoking, besides drinking. And, you know, your eyes would be burning by the end of the night, and you'd go home and you could smell smoke on your clothes. And I guess that's another reason I never did smoke, because cigarettes are kind of gross. I do have a drinking problem, though. How's everybody doing so far? Are you bored? And I think next Sunday I might do my top 10 favorite rock guitars. So stay tuned for that. Now back to this. Okay. We actually, my friend Rick and I actually did a dance where it was for some kind of factory or whatever. And nobody was in the mood to dance. I guess they were going to go off and party elsewhere, but we got paid for it, so that was a pretty interesting dance. And to end this, yeah, old time rock and roll. Everybody knows that song by Bob Seger. It's a good song, but we had to play that at every dance. So let's just say I never want to hear that song in my life again. I know some of you might think, because I'm a funny guy, that I'd be really hilarious as a disc jockey. And I wasn't. I was very shy. I just play the music. I wouldn't say much of anything. I'd have my friend Rick, you know, if there were spot dances to do or whatever, he'd do that and do it very well. And the only time I would speak, I would grab the microphone, is when they played the song Strokin', which is a very popular song in the 80s. And what I would do before it started is I would grab the microphone and say, and now it's time to do some stroking. That was my the highlight of my career, being a disc jockey. Nothing like a disc jockey that doesn't like to talk. I'm a shy person. And I guess the last memory is with my friend Rick. We do these dances Friday and Saturday nights at the Legion. And you know, disc jockeying paid well back then, so I'm sure it pays even better now. And one memory I have of playing at the Legion was this person came up to Rick and me, and Rick and I and Rick, and he asked us to play Steppenwolf's Born to be Wild. And I kind of thought, okay, that's a great song, but it's not really dance material, especially at the Legion. And somehow Rick talked me into playing Born to be Wild, and let's just say there was, I think, one or two people dancing on the dance floor to Born to be Wild. So, yeah. Never play Born to be Wild at the Legion. That's one of the lessons I've gotten out of life. So I hope you enjoyed my rock music vlog on disc jockeying, and be sure to come back next Sunday when I list my top 10 favorite rock guitarists. And no, one of them is not Phil McCartney. Thank you, and take care.